Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
More like sleepy sleepo.
Oh,
I'm quite sleepy,
okay.
Nelson.
Your alter ego.
Yeah. Where I just sleep all the time, which is actually, I think, is my main ego, and my alter ego is the one that does this.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Things are starting to add up.
Yeah.
Campbell.
No, sorry, sleepo.
Sorry, Sleepo. Sleepo. It sounds like a Teletubby that
Yeah.
didn't quite make the cut.
Yeah, it's the shitty one they got rid of.
Yeah, it's because they realized that the Wiggles had the sleeping guy, and they're like, it's been done. We can't do it again. So
It's between.
So it was Teletubbies before or after the Wiggles?
Well, in this country, Nelson, it's the Wiggles first.
Right,
And
it is.
That's all that matters. Is that in this country we respect the Wiggles above the Teletubbies, no matter what.
Well, I actually wasn't sure
no.
if the Teletubbies was Australian too.
I thought it was English.
I don't know. They don't speak English.
No, but the narrator
So
is British,
it's
I
hard
think.
to- Is there a narrator? Man,
Yeah,
I don't
isn't
remember
there?
that.
Isn't it like, oh, the Teletubbies are getting up now? Does that
Yeah,
not
I
sound
think-
right?
That does sound right.
Yeah. Oh, there's Sleepbo. He shan't be returning.
I remember. Yeah. I remember when that was out. I would have been in primary school, and there was a concern from parents that children would it would impact their speech growing up by watching Teletubbies, because they were like, ooh,
Yeah.
la la, boo boo.
Well, to be fair, the Wiggles affected kids' diets because all they wanted to eat was fruit salad.
Well, that's a disgrace, an absolute disgrace.
You know what I say? I say fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
Oh, I say pizza, yummy, yummy.
Oh,
It's just a slight difference between the two of us.
it's a hot take.
All right, Campbell, let's get into it. This first Reddit on Reddit was in the subreddit Crazy Ideas, but it was cross-posted to us by Just Judging Reddit.
Not just cross-posted, Nelson. Cross-posted with commentary.
With commentary that says, this sounds like a Nelson idea. And I take umbrage with that. Anyway, but it was originally by I Might Be Weasel. Weasbo. Sorry, I don't know why, but just for a second I thought it'd be funny if there was a Teletubby called Weasbo.
And
It was
like
based
they
on a
are,
weasel.
They are a real weasel.
They're a weasel.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Can I do some of that?
Yeah.
You got to smoke?
Yeah, guys, I'm out of cash again. Can somebody pay for my dinner? Anyway.
He's the only one that speaks English.
Dog food with heroin in it.
I love that this already seems like a Nelson idea.
Yeah. It's not, Cameron. Don't think that I would do this. That way, dogs will never beg for table scraps because they will always want their dog food to get their heroin fix. And it has the built-in customer base of people who are so addicted to heroin they will eat dog food. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. I do like a lot of this.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Okay.
Which part do you think is a good idea?
The putting heroin in the dog food bit.
You would need to dose it out so carefully because a dead dog is not a repeat customer.
Whatever. We get like that's a risk I'm willing to take. You know what I'm saying? So
So what you're saying is, if hundreds, maybe millions of dogs have to die for you to get rich, so be it.
this isn't even a rich thing. This is just said dogs.
Oh, so you're not even doing this for the money.
This is just so dogs don't annoy me while I eat.
There's a way around this, which is just train your dog better.
Yeah, but who's got the time for that? I mean, I'm not training somebody else's dog. Let's be honest. This isn't going to be my dog. But I will come over and feed your dog heroin dog food. Because I don't want a dog, hanging around. Do you know the worst circumstance when there's like a party or something going on? There's a dog running around, and everybody's got a little plate of food, usually from the barbecues. There's like sausage and stuff. Good dog treats. And the owners have not trained their dog very well. So then they just run around from person to person trying to get snacks. And then ultimately, this is the worst part of it, when that same terrible owner that lets their dog do this also says, yeah, but don't give the dog any because it's actually bad for them. And we all know that behind closed doors, that's exactly what they're doing, because otherwise the dog wouldn't be begging for food.
Well,
so,
look, I don't know whether I might be weasel, doesn't know much about dogs because they're a weasel. But I think there are certain dogs, like I think it's a golden retriever or Labrador, that they have that thing where they just can't tell that they're ever full. Like they will just keep eating and eating and eating. You need to make sure you put the right amount of food in the dog's bowl because it will just keep eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's
yes,
so insane.
It would want the heroin, but it'll still just want any food.
Yeah. It would, probably just like howl more at its bowl or something. Like, give me that heroin food again.
And probably at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Think about this, Nelson. Do you eat because you're hungry or because food is there?
I have an Italian mother, so I mainly eat food because it's there.
Yeah. And I think a dog is the same. The dog certainly will love the food and will certainly want more of the food. But I don't know if it will stop wanting other food.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Unless you put some kind of poison in all other food and train it. Like Pavlovian conditioning, which was something that was done on dogs, that it knows that all other food is poison and makes them feel sick. But dog food, that makes them feel good.
And also, maybe, what's the thing that's like, that like, gums up the works, like a gastro stop or something.
Yeah, okay.
Keep it all in there. That might work. That might help too.
Or laxative.
I'm thinking
the opposite.
No, I feel like that has the opposite effect.
But that's what I'm saying. But I would think if they kept eating food and then shitting themselves so much, they'd learn to stop eating other food, and then.
Oh, okay. With the
with the regular food. That's
true. Here's the problem though. Dogs are dumb. They're dumbos. So I don't think they'll work it out. Here's the problem that I have with this though. Is heroin is way too expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah. This is gonna be so expensive.
Yeah, it's like you can get nicotine in nicotine in like a bottle, liquid form. Just sprinkle a little bit of that on there.
Yeah. Could you imagine you go to buy heroin and you get busted in an undercover bust?
Yeah.
And the police say, you're under arrest because you're buying heroin. And you say, officer, it's not what it looks like. I'm actually feeding this heroin to my dog. And they'd say, that's actually much worse.
Yeah. No, I think they'd be like, oh, because your dog keeps eating off you from the table.
We understand.
Yeah. I do that with my dog. You should use nicotine. It's way cheaper. I think that's how that conversation would go. Slightly off topic, but have you heard of this dog food brand where the people who made it eat the dog food?
No.
Because they say our dog food's so good that even humans can eat it.
Yeah,
Isn't that insane?
I mean, it's. I am proud of them for putting their mouth where their money is.
Yeah. I
But
think
that just proves that dogs can eat human food.
I think, yes.
We've known that for some time.
Yeah. People feed their dogs all sorts of human food.
Yeah.
It's not a huge leap. I get what they're getting at.
Yes.
It's
natural. It's not, it doesn't have all this.
Yeah. Here's the problem that I have, and I don't know what this company is called, and I don't know how much their food is. But we have the same thing with Bandit, right? Our cat, where we went to the vet or something and we're saying, oh, we sort of feed him this kangaroo mince because it's relatively cheap. And then I kind of joked and I was like, yeah, and or beef and or chicken, because that's what it is. It's just like a mixture of stuff. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it's good that it's like just meat, because often, like, you know, if you get like Whiskers in Australia, I don't know what the equivalent is overseas, but, you know, it's just there's actually a lot of like wheat and stuff in there. And it's like, they don't eat that. It's not a thing. They're carnivores. And it's just like something to sort of fill it out and make it look like the owner's giving their animal something. But anyway, and so she's like, oh, that's good meat. But, you know, like, really they should have something that they can actually chew on. This helps their teeth. And also, you know, if you don't really know what's in it, maybe it's not the best. And they're like, just get regular kangaroo chunks. The problem with this is regular kangaroo chunks of meat are far more expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I think it's like so funny that a place is like, hey, try our dog food. It's so good humans could eat it. But I bet you it costs the price of almost human food.
Yeah. Oh,
in which case,
way more expensitive.
You don't need to get anything like that. Like, give your dog a steak or whatever. You know, like, I think it's the thing is, we could all feed all our pets very good food that is incredibly healthy for them and will make them live a very, very long and healthy life. But very few humans have the funds to actually do that.
Yeah.
And we get away with the like bare minimum of, you know, what our funds will allow for, you know, as healthy as possible within our range.
Yeah.
Is, I think, what we
You
do
love Bandit to a budget.
To a budget. to minced kangaroo and or beef and or chicken mince level of but yeah, it's more than the regular stuff can be. You should count his lucky stars. That's what I think. Anywho, let's move on and get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. What tastes so good you can't believe it's healthy? That was from Dry Reply 5660.
That was a weird way.
I decided to do it a little bit differently. Just mix it up.
If anything tastes good, I'm suspicious.
It's dog food. It's dog food. You got to try it. I've tried it, but I can't get off it. It's so good. It's like heroin.
I am weary of anything that claims to be healthy and tastes good. I do not believe any of them.
Gamba, I like to think that you've grown as a person, because when we were living together, anything that had a healthy looking package, you were like, that's healthy.
That's healthy. That'll do.
I think, let's say that was early 20s Canberra.
Yeah.
That's a different person.
Yeah.
But I think that's so true. It's more suspicious now if they've gone to the effort to make it look healthy. Like, wait a second.
Now, you know, there's a difference between healthy and not as damaging. I will say that. Like, for example, you can get like the low calorie ice creams and stuff like that, which are technically not really ice creams, but they'll say, oh, this tub is only 300 calories or some such.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not good for you, but it's less damaging than a regular tub of ice cream is.
Yeah. I think we've had this sort of conversation, actually. I don't know if this is crazy. I think we did. It was around Subway food, because you were like, Subway, it's rubbish. But I think it's that idea of like, yeah, but it's still got vegetables in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a quarter pounder from McDonald's. Like,
I'm sure I brought up the point, which I thought was funny, which is, I know definitely in Ireland, but I think a few countries where they have been accused of their bread not legally being bread.
Yeah.
Right. because it is so artificial.
Yeah.
Definitely in Ireland, and I think a few other countries where they're like, you need to change this because this does not fit the legal requirement of bread.
There is an old wives' tale I don't believe is true at all.
No, Jared actually did do that.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I've been defending him for years.
Leave him alone. He's a good man.
No. There's an old wives' tale that McDonald's burgers were not classified as or they should have been classified as dessert or something because they got so much sugar. But that's why they put the pickle in.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that's like absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
That's somebody who hates McDonald's and pickles. They were like, this is the only way that it makes sense. Screw them.
I do know that there was an investigation into Subway about whether their tuna is actually tuna. And they actually they made a whole website being like, no, look, our tuna is tuna.
Yeah.
But when you've got to that point,
I
feel like you've lost.
Here's the thing. At what point wasn't it tuna? That's
if you have
you've got the proof now.
If you have to get a website full of information to go, see, it's technically tuna. So you can't get us on that.
Do you know what's funny, though? This legitimately happened. I don't know if you remember, but a takeaway place in Australia called Red Rooster had a fish burger or something at some point, and they called it like whiting, like a very specific fish.
Yeah.
And they investigated and they're like, no, you can't. That's not the fish that you've got in that burger. You've just called it something else entirely. Like it was still fish.
Yeah.
But they were like, but you can't just call it one thing and say it's like another. So they get in trouble with that. That's just pretty funny.
Also, do you think they're one of their staples is called a rooster roll, which is just like a chicken and mayonnaise roll? But do you think you can go, well, technically there's actually chicken. There's not just roosters in here. There's chickens in here, so you can't call it a rooster roll.
No, here's the thing, Kemba. It's called a rooster roll, but it's actually beef. Just beef. Disguised. It's tofu. They're trying to take us over. They're not without giving us meat. Here's the thing that I thought was funny when I went through the comments of what tastes so good you can't believe it's healthy.
Yeah.
I would say 90% people said fruit. They were just listing different types of fruit.
Yeah.
And then, but I would say you can believe that's healthy.
Yeah.
Like that is stereotypically healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then
an apple a day famously keeps the doctor away.
It's true. Yeah. So does a gun, though. I've tried. I've tested both methods. And in fact, if anything, the gun works better.
Oh, you get away from me.
Yeah. I've thrown apples at a doctor and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Come here. I want to check your colon. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but the gun, he didn't take a step towards me.
This does conjure up the image that someone's sitting there eating an apple going, oh, my God, this is delicious. And someone goes, and it's good for you. And they're like, what?
How? What?
Are you this? But it's so delicious.
No. Yes, but the other thing, the other 10% was people who had, I would say, various different foods that you could consider healthy. Like this, mainly just vegetables, but then with like salt or some sort of seasoning on top.
Yeah. I love carrots and honey.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But I understand that once you put the honey on them, most of the benefits of the carrots are now gone.
Yeah. But yes, I mean, I guess I'm being a little bit pedantic because, like we mentioned before, some stuff is still,
Yeah, it's better for you than a bag of chips or something.
I just think it's funny that, to me, the idea of what's healthy for you and how do I lose weight have the same mentality, right? Just hear me out for a second, which is that everybody's looking for the secret of that thing. What's the healthiest thing, but it tastes like ice cream?
Yeah.
I want fruit in just ice cream form or vegetables in ice cream form. And it's the same way. It's like, how do I lose weight? Maybe I can take these pills. Maybe I can do this. It's like, no, you need to exercise and eat the healthy things too.
Be in a calorie deficit.
Yeah. But I was like, but that we try so hard as a species to look for the easy way out for everything. And it's not that the way to do it is unknown. It's just not fun.
You know what I find funny, talking of the secret to weight loss? I'm sure you've heard of Ozempic, the drug that
Oh,
A lot of
yeah.
people seem
I
to
think you told me about this.
Possibly.
Celebrities and stuff, yeah.
There's a lot of rumors of celebrities being. It's a diabetes medicine, I believe, but one of the results is that it suppresses appetite and people end up losing weight when they go on it, and therefore it's being somewhat exploited to lose weight.
Yeah.
But I love that this is that thing of like you can get a news story out of any bit of medical information that sounds good, and once you look into it, you're like, oh, okay, that actually that is more reasonable than I thought.
Yeah.
And there keeps being headlines about Ozempic, and one of them said, new study finds that Ozempic drug could actually increase life expectancy and slow the signs of aging. And I was like, oh my God, this drug is incredible.
Yeah, that's so smart.
And then I saw this on Reddit actually, and then the top comment said, to be clear, what it's saying is when you treat your diabetes and you lose weight, that causes you to live longer and helps with the aging process. The drug doesn't do that. Yeah. Treating what you have does
people
that.
People who have diabetes and treat their diabetes will live longer.
Yeah, or people that are overweight and lose weight tend to live longer. So technically, yes, it is the drug, but really it's the lifestyle.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, Kemba, I think we should move on and get into Today I Advice.
So now it's time for Today I Learned.
Today I learned.
And also sometimes advice.
This Today I Learned is by Minifig81. Today I learned Arnold Schwarzenegger pays $1 to Warner Brothers every year for his infamous Mr. Freeze costume from Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'm assuming this means he took it home.
Yeah. I don't think he's in debt to them for the rest of his life. They're like, we cannot get the smell out. I don't know, Arnie, what happened?
What you did.
But yeah, is that one time where we were shooting late and you just wanted to go home, so you soiled yourself?
Do you think it's he's always famously smoking the big stogie cigars? Do you reckon it just still smells like cigar? We've aired it out and everything on it. I don't know. You're gonna have to pay it.
Like, we desperately wanted to reuse this costume and we just can't. Yeah, I think this is funny. Part of me actually loves that he's got this costume somewhere at his house.
I mean,
because
it earns him $20 million, so he'd be pretty proud of it.
I sort of think it's such a great, because that Batman was so cheesy. I think there's something great about, keeping the memorabilia from surely he's the not most proud of that movie in his career, even though he probably got paid a ton of money for it. But you would think he's probably got True Lies. Come on. Great movie. Kindergarten Cop. He's got them all. Yeah. But I just like that he's like, no, this is just kind of a cool, cheesy character. And I said, "Ice to see you." And
I love the idea that they make him pay for it, as if anyone could get it off him.
No,
who's going to his house? Like, all right, I'll pack it up.
Yeah.
Like, they need to find someone bigger than him.
This is what I think is the most genius thing in the world, right? At one point, he said, "Hey, I want this costume." And he's accidentally said it to the producer instead of the head of costume design or whatever. And the producer was like, sure, Artie. He's like, but, technically we own it as the distributor or whatever. So how about we just rent it to you for $1 a year? All the while thinking, man, as soon as Arnie dies, that suit is ours. We're not renting it to anybody else. And then the value of that suit becomes astronomical. Because you're like, not only is this a real suit that Arnie wore in Batman and Robin, but he had it in his house for his entire life. I think this was just like a move to make a bit of money so that when he passes on, you can be like, we're going to make millions of dollars. Well, we did that podnapping a while ago of people that bought celebrity memorabilia.
Yeah.
And then it was I don't know, the undies of someone went for a lot. No, actually, it was like really bizarre things that went for like an insane amount of money, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I think this could take the cake.
To buy the Mr. Freeze suit.
I'll put in a bid. Not when he's alive, though.
I love the idea. Warner Brothers at the moment are going through a real moment. They've got a CEO at the moment that is just cancelling things left, right, and center because they're apparently billions of dollars in debt. And the way that he sees to get money is to, like, for instance, they shut down Cartoon Network. They just shut that down. He's like, no more of this. Get rid of that. They canceled.
To be fair, I have not heard of Cartoon Network since I was a child.
Yeah, but it's like,
and I understand I'm not their target demographic, but I feel like the fact that I haven't heard it just around for like 15 years probably means it's not doing very well.
But the thing is, it seems to be the tactic at least is, so they shut down that, they cancelled Batgirl, they cancelled a couple of movies, and it's always so they can take an insurance write-off.
Right.
So they can just write it off in tax, apparently. Say, look,
I don't understand how that works. I mean, I don't understand how complex tax stuff like that works, but surely somebody can be like, well, you're the one that canceled it, and now you want money for it for some reason.
They're like, Batgirl, turns out unreleasable, can't release it, we'll take the tax write-off. And they're like, but you made it, hang on.
Yeah, wait a second.
Anyway.
We really should have read this contract before we
I like to think that they are now like, could we charge him $2 a year? Because we do need any money we can get at the moment.
Or just make my plan come to fruition.
Yeah,
assassinate him. I think if Arnie turns up mysteriously dead, we'll know why. Turn to Warner Brothers.
The CEO of Warner Brothers is already kind of like a villain on the internet. People fucking hate this guy. And imagine if he comes out and is like, all right, we were a bit strapped for cash, so what we did, we killed Arnold Schwarzenegger so we can finally sell that suit of his. Isn't that
Honestly,
good?
Here's the crazy thing. That would jack up the price even more of this. They were probably like, look, hey, with Arnie dead and we've got the suit back, we can get like 250 million. But if we admit that we killed him, and that's $1 billion.
And since they love insurance payout so much, what they do is they take a huge life insurance policy out on Arnold Schwarzenegger the week before.
Oh, genius.
They sign him on for a movie. They take a huge insurance premium on him to be like, oh, we really need him for this movie. Be ashamed if someone assassinated him.
I'm starting to think that we should warn Arnie.
Warner Brothers are coming for you, Schwarzenegger.
I think this needs to be the good thing that we do on this earth. We warn Arnie of his impending assassination.
And we do it by going, get down, get down.
Get down. And then I will say, nice to meet you when I see him.
Yeah, obviously it will be nice to meet him.
And he'll smile and nod.
Yeah.
And he says, why don't you cool off? And he hands me some ice.
And then we say, can we see the costume? We've got important news, but before that, can we see the costume?
This is life or death stuff, but we just want to see the costume first.
Also,
because honestly, if you don't have it, then we don't even need to be here.
Also, since we're here, quick follow-up question: do you have the leather jacket from Terminator? We would also like to see that, please.
Yeah. All right, let's move on, Cambo, and get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by a controlled shutdown. The best time to correct someone for mispronouncing your name is the first time. The next best time is never.
Yeah. Have I ever told the story of when this happened to me? Maybe I have. I don't know. But I was working with someone. Like, I would see them, I would say, once a week, roughly. We had like one meeting. They didn't work for the business I worked for. We had like an external meeting together. Her name was Alana. And worked with her for, I want to say, 8 to 9 months. And it wasn't just me, by the way. There was 3 people in this meeting and Alana.
Yeah.
And about 8 or 9 months in, someone just said, "Oh yeah, Alana, I need to say to you whatever," and she goes, "Sorry, I'm just going to stop you. It's Alana."
Ilana?
We were like, "What? What?
How long?
How long?
For a year, you say?
A couple months, like it
Oh, sorry,
more than
couple
6 months, I would say.
Okay. That is so insane.
It's too late. It's in
It's
our
way
heads.
too late.
It's in our heads as Alana. And so many times after that, you'd be like, "Hey, Alana, sorry."
Ilana is a made-up name, though. I'm thinking she's like, oh my God, my name is just Lana.
Yeah.
And I'm so angry at this. But she was so like stewing that she just mispronounced her name again. And the next time she told you.
Well, we actually had this happen to us, Nelson, with Hazem. For years, we only saw his name written, and we were saying Hazim. And it wasn't until much later I was on some kind of stream. I don't remember. I think it was on Discord or something. And he jumped on the first thing he said. He's like, "Yeah, just quickly, it's Hazem."
And do you know what's even more embarrassing? Is actually he tried to correct us in an email.
Yeah, but the rule of the show is don't correct us.
We still didn't quite get the way to say it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever apologized to you, Zimbo, but I'll call you that.
Yeah. It's easier. We invented that one, so we know how to pronounce it.
What? It's Zimbo. Oh, no. Yes, anyway. I just really liked this show. I know we're basically done with it and we can move on. But I just really like the way, because I'm like, it's so right. You got to correct it at the start or just never.
Never, ever.
Your name is whatever it is after that. Actually, do you know who I try to connect? My brother and his wife always call you Cam.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. And I've corrected them every single time.
I have one other guy in my life that calls me Cam. And I want to know, it's like, I think he must think my name is Cameron. That was my thought. But then the other day, out of nowhere, he called me Mikey. And I was like, oh, okay, so you do know my name is Michael. This is way more fascinating now.
This is, throwing you through a loop.
I love the idea that your brother mentions me and you're like, oh, it's Cambo. God.
How dare you? Yeah, because Cam is for Cameron. Anyway,
yeah, for Cameron.
Okay, let's not get it with this is by Veiny. I got it. Vane. Yes. Sukil. Roads allow us to travel scenic routes and see things most of our ancestors never saw, but they did have a 360-degree peaceful view of local and pure landscape every single day without pavement stretching for miles ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I will say roads are much more convenient for travel in the long run. It's just like, I don't know, it's north, I guess.
Yeah. Do you...
It looks pretty though. I tell you, it looks great. You'll get lost, but what a time.
It looks so good. Here's the thing, though. What's also equally fascinating is I've been with you at the top of a high-rise building in Tokyo.
Yeah. And
as far as I could see, it was buildings.
Yeah.
That was also incredibly amazing.
Yeah, it's true.
It was kind of sad too, actually. It was more sad than amazing, but it was still amazing.
The saddest fact I learned in our time in Tokyo was it was quite hot when we were in Tokyo. And like you said, we went up to the very top and all we could see for as far as you could see was buildings and concrete and such. Except for one day we went to a bamboo forest. And immediately, as soon as you walk in, it's way cooler. And I think it was either you or Stacey said, oh, yeah, Tokyo is technically a rainforest.
Yeah, I
This
looked it
is
up because I
how-
was really interested to know what the biome
Yeah.
was for Japan or Tokyo. And it's
This
like,
bit here is how it should be.
yeah, yeah.
And that made me go, oh, that's actually kind of sad.
yeah. That was a depressing realization.
Yeah.
That's always a fun thing, I think, when you're in a really built up area, wherever you are in the world, see what biome that's meant to be.
Yeah. 'Cause
Online.
you might go to Manhattan and go, I wonder what this is. Oh, it is a city. Okay.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
has always been a city. Okay, that's good to know.
That makes sense. Cavemen have been here since the beginning of time.
The Bismarck district was always happening.
Yeah.
No one knows where that bull from Wall Street came from. It's just always been there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Do you think do you think people would want to take this back? Do you reckon you could go to people and be like, hey, we can get rid of all the roads and stuff so that you have a beautiful view? Or we can obviously keep everything. What do you reckon the majority, what percentage of people are saying, yeah, get rid of it all?
Yeah, very few, I would say.
Yeah.
You would get a handful that want to go back to nature, but I think the majority of people understand the use of roads.
I think I am making assumptions for a certain type of person
Yeah.
that is they promote heavy recycling,
Yeah.
for example, but they will continue to use plastic straws as an example.
yeah.
Or somebody that's really into conserving the environment in every way possible.
But then they shop at H&M or something.
Yeah. And I reckon that you could trip up those people. We could do this. And they're like, yeah, definitely. We should do that. That's so good. And you snap your fingers and they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've lost all the things that I like, which turns out roads. Getting from A to B was really important with roads.
The Romans were right with their roads.
It was a good invention. Just because I think, there's sort of that idea sometimes. I like to think I'm somebody who is for environmental change, but I'm also well aware, I don't want heaps of change, let's slowly make the planet better because I'm really used to lots of luxury things.
Would you be in favor of, you couldn't do this everywhere, and in fact, you wouldn't necessarily want to do this everywhere, but like trains, a lot of roads in certain areas going mainly underground. So you can still on top have a lot of beautiful nature. But if you need to get somewhere, you can travel there. You're not getting the scenic drive.
Yeah.
But I'm talking more suburban built up areas.
Yeah.
Would it be nicer without the roads on, if you did tunnels?
Yeah. They've actually... I've heard of a city doing this.
Yeah.
Where they took out all the roads or a lot of roads in their city center, their CBD, and then put in way more parks and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they didn't actually put anything underground. They were just you just
you can't drive.
you park to the end of the city or very few locations within the city, and then you walk around or get public transport around. I think it's such a great idea, but I think we should go one further and have houses underneath the surface. So
there is a part of Australia where they do that.
That is true. Yeah, that's true. They live in caves.
Yeah. Sorry, foreigners, this is not a joke.
Yeah.
It's in the middle, not the middle of Australia, but very inland Australia where it gets very hot.
Yes.
It's just easy to live underground. And they shot Mad Max 2 there. No, Mad Max 3. One of the Mad Maxes.
One of the Mad Maxes. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to have, if you could just imagine the entire world underground, that'd be really sick, I reckon. Because then above you could be like, yeah, come to Japan. It's rainforest. But also
Well, yeah.
underneath we've got all the shops. Actually, they do that already as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Japan started underground and they're like, we need more room. And then they just went up and expanded.
I feel like it would get kind of depressing though, not getting natural light in your house.
Sunlight's Cambo.
Oh,
So
you solved it.
I've done it. Let's do it. Sign this bill. All right, Cambo, let's move on into podnapping.
Oh my god, I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another thing, and we do it ourselves.
Okay, so here's my confession to you, Nelson.
Yes.
I have a podnapping idea.
Oh.
But I've also been on a video shoot all day. So I didn't get time to do my idea.
I don't think you can come up with excuses.
Well, what I'm saying is I've actually had to go back to the well for this week because I didn't get time to do my actual idea.
Now, you're not allowed to do that either. Always original content, Kemba.
We both know that cannot be true.
For you, sorry. For me, it's fine. I can do whatever I want.
This is actually the first time we did it. I think someone wrote it and said, oh, I look forward to hearing this every week now because it would be easy content. And to our credit, it's been many months and we've never redone it until now.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to do the Saturday quiz again.
Okay. Yep. That's good.
Now, to be clear, I'm still not sure whether or not we get all the questions for free. But I seem to have worked out that if you go back bottom to top, they don't work out that you're actually going. It's supposed to stop you after like 5 questions. And if you do the first 5 in the 6th question, you're like, all right, stop. But if you actually go to question 30 first and go up, it doesn't seem to work out that you're doing that.
Smart.
So we're going backwards.
Okay.
A couple of different topics. They've each got 5 questions.
Can just theoretically, to make this a little bit different from last time, can I use Google?
Think
about the originality of me being able to use Google.
No, but think about this. We record on the weekends normally, so Saturday quiz did on the weekend. We have to record this one early, so we're not doing it on a weekend. It's different.
Oh, okay, totally different. I didn't realize we could just do podnappings on different days and claim that
it's a new podnapping. So the first topic is called fictional hospitality.
Okay.
So it's about fake restaurants and TVs and movies, it seems. Oh, by the way, I haven't done this. I'm doing this with you.
Yeah.
What is the name of the fictional fast food chain restaurant that features in the television series Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad?
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yes,
that's
correct.
the only one.
Los Pollos Hermanos, correct. Portrayed by Ted Danson, the character of Sam Malone is the owner and head bartender of what bar?
Is it just called Cheers?
It's just called Cheers, yeah.
Okay, good. Like, I know the TV show, but like, if there was a different name, I would have no idea.
The Incredibles is the only Pixar film that doesn't feature a reference to what fictional restaurant first seen in Toy Story?
Oh.
I know this one, I think.
Is it a pizza place?
Yeah, I believe it's Pizza Planet.
Oh, yes, that seems right.
Pizza Planet, yes, we got it right.
Okay.
What animated character works as a fry cook at the Krusty Krab?
I mean, is it SpongeBob?
I think it is SpongeBob. It is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Aha.
And on what planet would you find the Mos Eisley Cantina in the Star Wars films?
On what planet?
Yes.
I don't know any of the planets, so I'm going to say Tatooine.
It is. I believe it is Tatooine. It is Tatooine.
It's the only one I can remember.
I will say, Nelson, we just had a perfect round.
Oh my god, we're so smart.
Okay. This one is
I shouldn't have made that Google joke. Now everybody thinks I'm Googling everything.
This one's called Artistic Endeavors, honoring those who are able to see the project through to completion. Renaissance painter.
Really weirdly specific genre, but okay.
This is quiz 217, so I think they're running out of.
Yeah, this is beyond the bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
Renaissance painter Michelangelo painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel near the beginning of what century?
Oh God.
Oh, like 14th, I want to say, or is that too medieval?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say.
Was it in the 40s? 1942? Is that? He's
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about
I
it, didn't
think,
he?
I think,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he finished it in 1981.
Yeah, let's go 14th, maybe 15th. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know about time.
16th. We're one off.
Yeah, okay.
Inspiring hundreds of similar blogs in other cities, the original Humans of photoblog series was started by Brandon Stanton in which city? I would say the most famous one is Humans of New York, but I don't know whether that's the original.
Yeah, I reckon it is,
Yeah,
actually.
we'll go New
I
York?
reckon it is. Yeah.
New York City.
Ah,
done
yes.
Sometimes called the Princess of Polka Dots, is which Japanese artist known for her infinity mirror rooms?
What?
Sometimes called the Princess of Polka Dots is the Japanese artist known for her infinity mirror rooms.
Never heard of.
Were we possibly in one? We went to that art installation where there was all the mirrors. We went to that room
We
with all
went
the
to
mirrors.
Team Labs, yeah.
The first room had all the mirrors in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Could
maybe,
this be done by this artist?
Maybe.
Is it Mrs. Team Labs?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it could be
Mrs.
Mrs. Team Labs.
Labs.
We'll check. No, it's not.
Stop.
Yo-Yo Kisama. What theatrical art form is the focus of the 2001 film Center Stage?
What? Sorry. What was that?
What theatrical art form is the focus of the 2001 film Center Stage? I think I think it might be ballet.
Yeah, it's ballet.
Yeah, I think it's ballet. Is that how
Yeah.
you pronounce it?
That's how you say it. Yeah.
American artist Jeffrey Koons is best known for his series of sculptures depicting what animal?
Oh, I was going to say penis. What animal?
Horses. They have a big
An
penis.
animal.
It's just depicting what animal, yeah.
Okay. Horses, honestly, could be a good one. Seems like a safe bet.
All right, you want to go horses?
Let's go horses.
Dogs.
Lame.
Yeah. He could have done horses.
Two horses, mate.
Okay, this next topic is Southeast Asia.
Oh, boy.
What is the official currency of Indonesia? Is it the dong?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, the rupee.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The fall of Saigon in 1975 marked the end of what war? I believe it was the Vietnam War, if I am not mistaken.
Vietnam War.
Correct, Vietnam War. Due to the use of the Buddhist calendar, which Southeast Asian country is currently in the year 2567 BE, equivalent to 2024 AD? Thailand, Laos, or Cambodia?
I'm going to say Laos.
Okay. No, it's Thailand.
Really?
You idiot, Nelson.
Man, I feel like for some reason I was more... Okay, because I've been to Thailand. I was like, I feel like I would have heard about that.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, what crazy time are you coming from? You know?
Did you ask anyone on the street what year is it? This is the problem.
I made the assumption they're all in 2016 or whatever.
The island of Borneo is politically divided between Malaysia, Indonesia, and what other country?
I'm so bad at geography. Malaysia, Indonesia.
Oh, God, I don't know. I don't.
I'm too bad at geography. I literally am.
Should we take a punt and say,
geography.
I don't know,
Australia?
It's Australia. Brunei.
Yes.
That wasn't
it was
even
on the tip of my tongue.
that wasn't even on my radar. I was thinking Vietnam. I'm thinking Thailand. I'm not
I've just
thinking
learned
of Brunei.
that Brunei exists.
In Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Which bear species native to Southeast Asia is the smallest of all the bears? Sun bears, spectacled bears, or spirit bears?
Oh my god.
Now, we all know that they're not the vicious drop bear because that is native to our land. And they're not small. Oh, no, that's
Oh, boy.
sun
They're the
bear.
largest, I think.
I like the idea of a spectacled bear, so I'm going to say that.
Okay. Yep. Let's go spectacled.
No, it's a sun bear.
Lame.
Now, I want to remind you that we had a perfect round in fictional restaurants,
Dude,
which makes
yeah.
up for the fact we only got one right about Southeast
Yeah,
Asia.
we got the Vietnam War one.
yeah. And this category is called Some Like It Hot. Which Australian city is the home to the Scorchers in cricket's Big Bash League?
Ooh. Could be like Western Australia.
Yeah, you want to say like Perth?
Yeah.
It is Perth. Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Yeah, it's pretty hot in Perth. Makes sense.
Canva, you probably don't know this, but I love cricket. So that's how I knew.
In the lyrics of the 2005 song Temperature, Sean Paul says he has the right temperature to shelter you from what? I think it's from the cold. The right temperature to shelter you from the cold.
That makes the most sense. So, yes.
No, it's the storm.
You idiot, Canva.
At 3,414 degrees Celsius, which metal has the highest melting point? Tungsten, iron, or platinum?
Okay, this is what I know about tungsten. It is, I think, the densest metal, or maybe just one of the... let's say, for the sake of no one going to fact check this, tungsten is the densest metal.
Okay.
So it can be very small, but very heavy.
Yeah, that would
So-
so it makes sense that it would be the hottest to melt.
Yeah, maybe?
It is tungsten.
I bloody knew it.
What condition does antipyretic treat? I think I've pronounced that right. Antipyretic. Sunburn?
What does
What
the-
condition does an antipyretic treat? Sunburn or just burns? Is it like the burn you'd put on if you burn your finger? You know, you put the cream on.
Yeah, right.
Because
guess so.
pyretic sounds like
yeah.
fire, right?
Yeah, fire. Anti-fire.
So we say burns,
Let's say burns.
fever. Nah, they got us. They
Lame.
absolutely got us a beauty there.
They're like, oh, these idiots are going to think we're talking about fire.
And also a setting found in most smartphones. What geographical name is given to volcanic locales where the plume is generating heat?
You're going to have to repeat that one.
Okay, so also a setting found in most smartphones. What
Okay.
geographical name is given to a volcanic locales where the plume is generating heat? Is it
This is going to be obvious.
Is it nightstand mode? My phone does that sometimes when I put it on charge at night.
I'm just trying to think of a mode on a phone.
Yeah, well, it says setting, actually. It says setting. Is it low power mode? Is that what they
could
call
be
a volcanic locale where the plume is generating heat?
Yeah, I think maybe that's what they call it. How about
MagSafe?
MagSafe?
Because magma from a volcano, but if it's generating heat, it doesn't sound very safe.
Here's some ones that I'm just gonna.
Yeah, are you looking at settings of your phone?
KB.
Okay.
Yeah, screencast,
Maybe.
torch,
Oh.
aeroplane mode,
Oh, it could be airplane mode.
nightlight.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh my god! I've actually got it.
Oh, hotspot.
It's hotspot.
Hotspot. Yes, well done. Hotspot.
Oh my god! I knew it'd be one that we know. So
We've done it. We've done it. Yeah, look, we did okay. We got 3 out of 5 for Some Like It Hot. We got 1 out of 5 for Southeast Asia. We got 1 out of 5 for artistic endeavors. And we had an absolutely perfect round for fictional hospitality.
That goes to show you should stop when you're ahead.
Yeah,
That's what they say, and we've just proven it. In case anybody wasn't sure, like what that means, if anybody asks you in future, I don't think we should stop, even though we're ahead. Send them this episode, and they will understand.
But they'll say this is ironic that this podcast got to 415 before they learned that lesson.
Okay, let's get into the Ask Me Anything.
You got the questions. We have the
Just ask us anything at all.
This is the Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Just like Christina has done. It says, hello. I just recently found your podcast and I've been binging it probably too obsessively.
That's impossible.
It is impossible. I've been having a lot of stress at work and dealing with a house fire at home.
That sucks.
It does suck.
We've got some anti-pyro stuff that we can help.
Just in case the fire has given you a fever. You can actually treat that. Sorry
if we're joking about
also
that
is not funny. A house fire is not funny, but the way it is phrased does make it sound like you keep coming home like still on fire. God damn it!
Not again. I should really put that out.
So I feel like I'm going a little crazy. Your podcast has been helping me tremendously. I'm only on episode 46 right now, but I can't wait to catch up. You guys have such good banter and chemistry. It's challenged my way of thinking about topic, which I never really thought about.
That scares me. I was going to say, that scares me. I never want to influence somebody's thought process whatsoever.
Our position, Christina, is the wrong position.
Yeah.
Do not. Oh, God.
We haven't made a rule for the show for a long time, but I think we need to make a new one that is, don't allow us to persuade your way of thinking.
Don't be influenced by us.
Don't be influenced by us.
I know that sometimes we throw out ice cold recommendations with the hope that we're getting, but do not be influenced by us.
Maybe we need to be more vague, because sometimes we do want them to be influenced by us when it comes to money making schemes. If it's going to increase the wealth of Campbell and I, you can be influenced.
This is good.
Otherwise, do not be influenced by us.
You've done well. They continue. It's almost made me pee myself laughing.
That's also something that I don't want listeners to do. I didn't realize that I could also be responsible for that.
It's got such a variety of things, but still having common themes. Thank you for being you guys and bringing joy into my life when it's been very hard. I appreciate it so much. I really hope you are still doing this podcast and that I'll never be able to catch up. Thank you, Christina. This is a very nice email, Christina. This is very lovely.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
You're only on episode 46 at the moment. There's still almost 400 episodes to go before you catch up, which makes me think over these coming weeks and months that you're listening, perhaps you will become even more attached and you'll start to think, Nelson and Campbell are my friends and I rely on them and they mean so much to me, which will be a terrible shame that when you do finally catch up, we have to dock you a point because this isn't a question.
Oh, no.
So I'm so sorry to do that to you, Christina. I hate to do it.
I would like, though, the idea that, and obviously we can't really do this without telling Christina, but if she just continues to write into us as she's going through the podcast, she might end up with more points at the end. You've started at -1.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Some people... Here's the thing that's really important.
Yeah.
In our world of scoring, you would think that negative points is worse than 0 points. But 0 points is actually the worst.
Yeah.
There's a scale and it starts at 0, then it goes to infinity negative numbers backwards.
Yeah.
And then positive numbers, because we appreciate people writing in more than anything. So if you haven't written in, you're on 0 points, you're dead to us.
And I will just say as well, it's a bit embarrassing. Sorry that it's taken us 415 episodes to tell you this, but so we have been scoring every single person that writes in.
Oh, have we not told people?
Yeah, I just realized we haven't been telling people. But some of you need to pick up your game, is all I'm saying.
I'm going to say, honestly, most people are in the negative.
I'm going to say, for a while, Cousin Rowan was way ahead. But times have changed.
Oh, boy. He's very far in the past now. All right. I actually spoke to him the other day, and he's like, yeah, I haven't listened for a while.
Like, yeah, we know.
I know. You told me that last time we spoke to each other. I get that you stopped listening.
In fact, stop bringing it up.
Yeah. It's kind of like rubbing salt in the
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? Hey, are you wondering if I've listened again? Nah. I've realized that's not worth my time.
We do have another email. Should we save it for next week, Nelson?
No, we're going to do it now. Because
Okay.
this is also not necessarily a question. Oh boy, somebody's going to be on a negative.
But they have participated in an activity which
I
will earn them
think
a point.
is
Which means you're
maybe
back on
2
zero.
points.
You're back on zero.
I'm thinking about participating in this as an extra point. You maybe get 2.
Okay, so you're on 1.
You're on 1.
Okay.
Ugh, but you might lose that as we go through the email. Let's find out.
Yes.
This is from Sarah, and the subject was evil categories.
Sorry. I've just realized that
Okay.
Sarah will lose an extra point. We'll get to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good evening, my darling gentlemen cunts. My name is Sarah.
I mean, first of all, great introduction. You have
Feel
addressed
free
us
to-
as our formal.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Is that worth a point, maybe?
yeah okay. Yeah, give
okay.
Sarah a point.
Um,
you're on 1.
yeah, all right.
Okay.
Are we? Oh, my God. Wait, wasn't she on a point already?
No, not yet. I'll tally the points as we go.
Okay. But just writing in is 1 point.
All right, you're on 2.
Good evening, my gentlemen cunts. My name is Sarah. Feel free to use. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Good. Is that another point? First-timer?
No,
I think first timers need an extra
All right,
point,
Sarah, you're
because
on
then
3 points.
they don't get it again.
You're on
because
3 points. Yeah,
everybody
okay.
gets that freebie once.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
good. That's good. I agree. Okay.
Okay, now I think it's only fair for you guys to score me because I was actually listening to the beginning of the podcast and then I left my flat. I was walking, so obviously I couldn't play the game with you. So I took your recommendation to pause.
Great.
And I put on a different podcast.
You've lost a point there, Sarah.
No,
You've lost
I
a
see
point.
where it's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a negative point.
I'm sorry. Just write in what was your other podcast, because if it's Cancel Movie Report, we might forgive it.
Oh, we might.
We'd be willing to forgive it.
We might add a point back. Just for clarification for any future listeners, music will also deduct your point. Don't think that it's just podcasts exclusively. You listen to literally nothing or us, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or Cancel Movie Reports, I suppose. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. When I got home, I played the game with you fairly and properly. I might. And so I think you only a nice score. Okay, I think something's happened there with the sentence.
Yeah.
But yes, all right, we will score for you. So we're going to have to remember what the categories were. It's fine. Oh, no, it was easy. The categories are here. Sarah's written it down. Thank you, Sarah.
The letter was R.
The letter was R.
Yeah.
Now, I think I probably did a bad job of explaining how the scoring works.
Yeah.
I think, based on what Sarah's written.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go.
I also say the people in our actual life that know us have given us no end of grief about this podnapping.
What?
Several people have
yeah.
said, you've just left 3 minutes of silence, have you? Yes, it's so
Okay.
people like Sarah can play along.
Okay, hold on a second.
This is
Let's
proof.
just say people. Stacey. All right?
no.
I'm calling her out. Stacey.
And Alan.
I think
The ones we love most have betrayed us. This is what we're saying.
But yeah, anyway, we've had multiple people write in with results and scores and stuff, so take that.
Yeah, it's worked.
Okay, so for vegetable, they've got rocket.
Yep, great.
Is it?
No,
this is what,
well,
this is what I think about. I'm happy to give the point.
Yeah.
Right? But I think there is a deeper question of, is a salad leaf a vegetable?
Yeah, well, we can find out. It's a leaf vegetable.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Good point. Good job. Things you throw away. Rubbish. Scored myself 1 point because Nelson changed his answer. Sucker. Oh, yeah, that's true. I was going to go with rubbish.
That's
too.
true.
Like, smart. Okay. Occupations. Race car driver. Good. I say acceptable for occupation.
I said
you have award.
I said restaurant critic, so I'm willing to give race car driver.
yeah. But you only get 1 point. You've scored yourself 2 points. Mm-hmm. It needs to be like RR, like, or something. But then you can get 2 points because it's like alliteration of the same letter. Anyway, cartoon character, Reaper. Sure.
I'm willing to
think
believe that's a cartoon character.
I think it's like, is that an Overwatch character? Is that
Yeah.
cartoon character? Or Reaper might be something else. We'll give it to you. We don't know. Good work. Good job. Store name, Rite Aid. Sure.
Yep.
Also, just one
willing
point.
to believe that is a store.
Sounds right. Things at a football game. I thought this one was good. Rage.
Yeah,
That's
Rage.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Personality trait, respectful.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. I respect that.
Yep.
With 1 point. Things that are cold, relish. Sarah's done the, I think, commendable thing here and given herself half a point
Yeah.
because we've realized that things that are cold can be so many things that are put in the fridge, basically.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Is relish prepared cold? Because
not prepared
relish
cold,
is to be consumed after preparing, and it can, like pizza can be cold if you have it next day from the fridge, but
Here's the
it's
thing,
prepared to
though.
be hot.
I reckon that I have like relish in my fridge. Well, because I'm thinking of like the relish spread, right? That's
Yeah.
like really jammy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make it, but then you put it in the fridge
Yeah.
and it's in the fridge for like a long time till you use up the whole jar or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
The majority of its life, it is cold.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We'll
Ha-
give
ha- half
the
a point.
half point. Yeah. Song title, Right Place, Wrong Time. Sure.
Sure.
Sounds like it would be a title. Villains or monsters, blank. No points. Which in my mind gives you 12 points. Well, let me tell you, Sarah, you've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 points.
Yes.
Okay, 8.5 points. Good job. You've done well. I'd love to know what you guys think. Oh, we've done that. We think good job.
Yeah.
That's what we think.
And to be clear, the game you have 8.5 points. The email you have 3 points, I think.
Yeah. We're not going to go back over and double check. But we think
We're 5 and a 3.
5 and a 3. Pretty good. Write in for more points.
Yeah.
Here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing- Here's the thing that people don't know.
Yeah.
Every week you don't write in, you get a negative point.
And
Some people.
we forgot to mention, if you want points, per dollar you send us, that's a point. So if you send us $100, that's 100 points.
Oh my God. But if you want to be top of the ladder, I suggest $1 million.
Yeah. So the person currently on top of the ladder, we won't say who they are for privacy reasons. Yeah, they have 20,000 points. So if you really want to be top of the ladder,
Think about that.
Yeah, think about
that. All right, that's it. Sorry, I just wanted to get through those two because they, as you can tell, Evil's categories was quite a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But thank you for writing in
Yeah.
2 new timers, Christina.
You're on the
and
board.
Sarah. You're on the board. We appreciate you writing in. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us at our subreddit or our Discord. The link is in the show notes.
Yep. Leave a review for the show.
Leave a review for the show.
Yeah.
On something.
On
You
a
know what?
wall.
I was
Graffiti
thinking-
it on a wall.
Graffiti on a wall because Spotify I still think you can't rate stuff, right?
No, you can. You just can't leave. You can rate things. You can't leave a
you
review.
can. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rate it 5 stars.
Yeah.
obviously.
Do you reckon
Right,
we have a
cool.
rating on Spotify? Should I quickly check what we're rated on Spotify?
Okay. Let's.
This is it's going to be a live check. I know people are waiting for it to end, but I'm just going
Gambo,
to
if
quickly
it's 3 or below, just pretend that you can't find it.
Yeah. I'll say, you can't actually rate them on Spotify, as it turns out. Oh, God, we've got too many episodes now, so I'm flicking through 4.1. We have 147 reviews.
Whoa. Oh my God, people are
that happen.
actually listening to us when we say rate and
Let's
review.
get that
Well,
average up. Rate us on Spotify. Get us a little bit higher than
Some people
4.1.
haven't been listening clearly
Okay.
enough, I think.
Oh, this
5
is-
stars is what we usually say.
Yeah, that's true. This is very interesting. Then what is cancelled movie report?
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody will get 10 points if we get to 5.3. I mean 4.3.
Yeah, that's 4.3, 10 points all round.
All right. It's a community effort.
Oh, that's good. We
And we don't give points away willy-nilly, we should say.
we need to catch up to cancelled movie report, Nelson.
Oh, what's cancelled?
232 reviews.
Whoa, way more.
5 stars.
Oh my God. That is nuts.
I actually never knew that.
That's pretty good.
That is
That's
pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway,
Yeah.
rate
Okay.
this show. Rate this show.
Rate this show. Anyway, that's all. So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.